Now, we call them cottages in Ontario, chalets in Quebec, and a cabin in Western Canada. Depending on where you are in the country, these terms all mean the same thing. A recreational property offering you a slice of heaven where you can retreat and be immersed in nature. Thanks to the pandemic, lockdowns, and work-from-home culture, people have been migrating from big cities to quaint cottages more than ever. But is it for you? Real estate expert Monique Johnson is here to tell us all about the cottage market and what to consider before making an investment, because it is an investment. Can you start by telling us a little bit about the market right now?
Absolutely. Tracy, the cottage market is sizzling. The spring and summer season is upon us. We all want to go on vacation, but we can't because we can't resume our normal lives, as you said. So what's the next best thing? Cottage living. And the market has boomed because of it. People want in on this alternative lifestyle more than ever, as you had mentioned, and they're willing to put skin in the game to actually buy one. So what we're seeing is that the cottage market is the highest performing housing market right now, and there's no signs of it letting up. Okay, so every province has seen a significant surge, and popular cottage destinations in Ontario are seeing record levels of activity. Sales numbers and activity is up over 140%, which is staggering. Also, the average price has increased $330,000, pushing the average price up from $499,000 to over $830,000 in just 1 year.
Those numbers are staggering, especially because we're talking about a second property. Oh my goodness. So I can only imagine this is leading to bidding wars. Am I right?
Absolutely, Tracy. So this activity is fueled by low inventory, this urge and itch to get out into the country and enjoy that lifestyle, and also these intense bidding wars that we're seeing. Agents are reporting record numbers of offers coming in on offer night. And one agent in particular reported that she received 70 offers on a single property. This kind of unprecedented activity is even shocking the veteran country agents who've never seen this kind of activity in their lifetimes. So the prices are rising sharply in these popular cottage destinations that is really outpacing activity in the city and the surrounding suburbs.
Okay, so before you become one of the 70 offers on a property, you say there are some important factors to consider before you jump in. What are they, Monique?
Absolutely, Tracy. There are a number of factors to consider because a cottage property can be complicated. First, you want to consider is location. A lot of cottages are located in remote, rural areas. For someone coming from the city, this might be a little bit of a shock because they may not have access to the daily amenities that they're used to, such as healthcare, hospitals, services, and shopping. So you want to be mindful of the location where you're buying this cottage, okay? The second thing is winterizing your cottage. Most cottages are built to withstand the weather in the spring, summer, and fall seasons. They are not year-round cottages. So if you do purchase a cottage, you have to make sure, if it's not already, that it's winterized.
Would doing regular inspections also be something to consider, Monique?
You're going to want to make sure you get an inspection before you actually purchase. And because the competition is so stiff and fierce out in these areas, you're going to want to do that inspection ahead of the offer date so that your offer is submitted clean. So unlike properties in the city or suburbs, cottages are not connected to a municipal sewage system. So each cottage has their own system, which is called a septic tank. These septic tanks are not always equipped to be operated on a year-round basis, right? So you want to make sure that the cottage you're buying, that the septic tank can withstand daily use, and especially if you're bringing your family and friends along.
Great points. Now, what are the last factors we need to keep in mind, Monique?
Yes, Tracy. So you want to consider what is the water system on the property. A lot of cottages operate on a well system. And unlike the city, where we have municipal water and there's filtration systems in place, you're not going to find that luxury on cottage properties typically. So you're going to want to ensure the water on the property is drinkable. And if not, you're going to have to source how you can make that water drinkable, because in some cases, lenders may require that in order to approve the mortgage for you. And the final point is rentability. So if you are buying this cottage because you're tired of the city and you want to be out in nature, you want to consider what's going to happen after this pandemic. Are you going to be moving back to the city? What are you going to do with that cottage property that you've just purchased and splurged on, right? Because there are some bylaws and restrictions in place in certain towns that will prevent you from perhaps renting it out or listing it on Airbnb, and they can control how often you can rent it and when you can rent it. So you want to consider all of these possibilities.
You got to put a lot of thought into a purchase this big, right? Monique, thank you so much.